Just when we thought this could be the season for the Dallas Cowboys, it all starts unraveling. From Sam Williams' shocking suspension to critical injuries impacting our defensive powerhouses Micah Parsons and DaRon Bland, the hits just keep coming for America's team. Are the Cowboys' Super Bowl hopes slipping away, or can they find a way to rise above all these setbacks? Stick around, because today we're diving into every jaw-dropping update and uncovering what this means for Dallas going forward. Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome back to Cowboys Club, your go-to source for all the latest updates on America's team. Just when we thought the Dallas Cowboys were set for a breakthrough season, we're hit with a string of challenges that have left fans stunned and worried. Today, we're breaking down Sam Williams' shocking suspension, injuries to key players Micah Parsons and DaRon Bland, and the many issues that seem to be piling up for Dallas. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any breaking Cowboys news and insights. Now, let's dive right into this whirlwind of updates. All right, folks, let's start with the biggest bombshell. Sam Williams is now suspended. This is a massive blow to a Cowboys defense that has been showing serious promise. For those who might not be as familiar, Sam Williams has been a crucial part of the Cowboys' defensive rotation, bringing versatility and an aggressive edge that's hard to find. With his suspension, not only are we missing out on his athleticism, but it's also a psychological hit to a team already struggling to stay cohesive amid all these setbacks. So, why was he suspended? While details are still emerging, there's been talk of off-field issues that the Cowboys just couldn't ignore any longer. This suspension is raising questions about whether the team's disciplinary policies are enough, or if there's a bigger cultural issue in Dallas that could be contributing to some of these player troubles. Let me know in the comments, do you think this suspension was warranted, or is it a case of the Cowboys cracking down too hard? Now, on to an issue that's perhaps even more concerning: Micah Parsons and his injury woes. As you know, Micah is essentially the backbone of the Cowboys' defense. He's been the leader, the motivator, and the playmaker that's kept Dallas' defense competitive. But recent reports have come out about some nagging injuries that could potentially sideline him if not managed carefully. This isn't just a matter of one missed game, it's about maintaining his health for the long season ahead. What's really concerning here is how the Cowboys are managing this. Are they pushing Micah too hard, trying to compensate for a roster that's already short-staffed with defensive leaders? Or are they being cautious enough to make sure he's not risking long-term damage? For a guy like Parsons, who is essential to the team's future, the Cowboys need to find the right balance. And if Parsons' injury wasn't enough, we've also got injury news about DaRon Bland. Bland has been a crucial component of the Cowboys' secondary, filling in for Trevon Diggs after his own devastating injury earlier in the season. Bland stepped up, bringing an unexpected level of skill and tenacity that gave fans hope for the Cowboys' ability to adapt. Now, with Bland dealing with injuries, the Cowboys' secondary is stretched thinner than ever. Bland's potential absence leaves a massive hole in the Cowboys' defense, and it raises questions about whether Dallas has the depth to overcome these challenges. Are there any young players or lesser-known names on the roster that can step up and surprise us? Or are we looking at a season where the Cowboys' defense will be constantly playing catch-up? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your takes on who might step up if Bland has to sit out any games. Alright, now that we've covered the key suspensions and injuries, let's talk about some of the other issues that seem to be compounding for Dallas. The Cowboys' performance this season has been inconsistent at best. Yes, we've seen flashes of greatness, particularly in games where everything clicks, but those moments have been few and far between. The lack of consistency is an alarming sign. One major issue that analysts are pointing to is the Cowboys' lack of effective adjustments. When things go south, the team has struggled to shift gears and adapt. This has led to some frustrating performances and has put a spotlight on both the coaching staff and the play calling. Are the Cowboys relying too much on big plays and star power rather than solid, fundamental football? Some fans think it's a systemic problem that goes back years. And let's not forget the offensive line. Injuries on the line have led to less protection for Dak Prescott, who's already under a lot of pressure to perform. Without a solid line to protect him, Dak's effectiveness takes a hit, and that has ripple effects across the entire offensive game plan. Despite the setbacks, it's not all doom and gloom. There's still a path forward for Dallas if they can learn from these challenges and adapt. The Cowboys' coaching staff has a crucial role to play here. They need to be adaptable. Make strategic choices with an eye on both short-term performance and long-term success, and put together game plans that compensate for these missing players and inconsistent performances. One thing the Cowboys can do is to simplify the defense. With Parsons and Bland potentially limited, the team might consider adopting a more conservative, bend-don't-break approach by focusing on tackling fundamentals and coverage discipline. They could limit big plays and keep games within reach for the offense to secure a win. It may not be as exciting, but it could give Dallas a chance to fight through this tough stretch. So what's next? Fans are understandably anxious, but there's still a lot of football left to play. Even with the obstacles, Dallas has proven they can be a strong team when everything comes together. But to do that consistently, they'll need to stay focused, stay disciplined, and make the necessary adjustments that have been lacking in recent games. And let's not forget, this is the NFL. Every team faces adversity, and it's how they respond that defines their season. Will the Cowboys rise to the challenge? Will we see new stars emerge from the depth chart? Only time will tell, but as Cowboys fans, we know one thing. We'll be there every step of the way, cheering them on through the highs and the lows. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I know it's tough seeing all these issues piling up, but there's still hope. Dallas has a talented roster and a passionate fan base that's not going anywhere. So keep your heads up and let's see how the Cowboys tackle these challenges. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Cowboys Club, and leave your comments below. Let us know, what do you think Dallas needs to focus on to turn this season around? And how are you feeling about these latest updates? Let's get the conversation going. Catch you in the next video, and as always, go Cowboys!